Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Ah. It hurts, my stomach. It hurts. Jiang Xiaoro held the wall with one hand fell on her abrupt belly, and her body weight squatted slowly until she sat on the cold floor. The pain in her abdomen was like a knife twist, which made her live and die. Calculate the date. The expected date of delivery is these days. Hearing the sound, the servant ran over and saw Jiang Xiaoro sitting on the floor, pale as paper, holding the clothes on her belly. She looked very uncomfortable. Miss Jiang, I'm afraid you re going to have a baby. Come on, I'll help you lie down in bed, and then I'll call the doctor. Jiang Xiaoro glared at the servant angrily, pushed her hand away, and sat stubbornly on the floor. She didn't even have the strength to speak, but her anger didn't decrease. If you don't call your master, I won't have this child. The servant was embarrassed. Miss Jiang, don't embarrass me anymore. Think about the child in your belly. At least it a life. It going to be born. If something really happens at this festival, don't you feel bad. Jiang Xiaoro laughs wildly. Children, she doesn't want to have a baby at all. 10 months ago, Jiang Xiaoro university classmates had a party and drank some wine. She was dizzy and lost her mind. When she woke up again, she was locked up in this villa for 10 months. What surprised her most was that she was pregnant with a child for no reason. Seeing that her stomach was getting bigger and bigger, she didn't even know who the child's father was. Now she wants her to have a child, accept her death. Okay. If you don't call the master, I'll die in front of you today. It depends on what you say. Jiang Xiaoro hid a pair of scissors and was pointing to her neck. The sharp tip of the knife might cut her throat at any time. Miss Jiang, why do you bother? You were free when you had a child. The servant was embarrassed. Go and make a phone call, go. Do you really want to see me perform suicide, 1 body and 2 lives? Jiang Xiaoro shouted like a madman. The servant had no choice but to run and make a phone call. In half an hour. A woman ran in with high heels. Jiang Xiaoro stood up against the wall with pain. When she saw the woman s face, she almost wanted to poke her eyes. Jiang Yufei. Is that you? Jiang Yufei is the daughter of Jiang Xiaoro s stepmother. She is a married woman. It is a scenery to marry into a rich family. It s a pity that she hasn't been pregnant for 3 years. Her life in her mother-in-law s family is also difficult. Jiang Xiaoro never dreamed that her stomach was enlarged by Jiang Yufei. Why don't you get someone to bed? I can spare you if there's something wrong with the child. Jiang Yufei roared. The servant and the doctor all gathered around and directly dragged Jiang Xiaoro into the bedroom and pressed it on the bed. Jiang Yufei, you son of a bitch, you must die hard. You can take this child to stabilize your position in the Shen family. I won't help you if I die. Jiang Xiaoro didn't cooperate at all. She struggled in bed. Several people didn't hold her down. She is now a pregnant woman and will have a baby soon. If she goes on like this, she afraid that the child will be suffocated in her stomach before she is born. Useless things. Jiang Yufei grabbed a white coat and walked forward. The syringe directly stabbed Jiang Xiaoro arm. Jiang Xiaoro struggled a few times and fell asleep. Come and help me. Caesarean section, said Jiang Yufei. Half an hour later, a pair of twins were taken out of Jiang Xiaoro's stomach. The servant wrapped up the child and put it aside for careful care. Jiang Yufei finally breathed a sigh of relief. Since she designed all this, she was worried every day. Even if there was a mistake in one step, now she can finally take out the pillow in her stomach. With these two children, her grandmother Shen\s position is to sit firmly. In the future, who dares to say that she is a chicken that can /t lay eggs? Madam, what should she do? The servant pointed to Jiang Xiao lying in bed. It pitiful to look at it. In October, she conceived and gave birth to 2 babies. In the twinkling of an eye, she became a child of someone else/s family. She has only half her life left. Jiang Yufei/s poor cesarean section technology has drawn Jiang Xiao/s belly in all kinds. It/s very pitiful to look at it. Think of a way to deal with it. You can /t keep alive. Jiang Yufei said faintly, she must not let Jiang Xiao live. The secret can only rot in her stomach. But this. The servant can /t do it. After all, it/s a human life. He has just given birth to a child and is weak. Why, do you sympathize with her? Jiang Yufei/s eyes fell heavily on the servant, shivering like a cold light. Naturally, the servant didn't /t dare to disobey Jiang Yufei/s meaning, so he joined forces to carry Jiang Xiao out and threw her in the trunk. The car kept driving for a few hours. Late at night, it rained cats and dogs. The 2 servants dragged Jiang Xiao out of the car. The blood on her body was immediately washed away by the heavy rain. With the rain flowing into the soil, there was thunder in the sky. In the gloomy field, she couldn't /t see her fingers. Only the lamp was on, which made her back sweat. Pop! A huge thunder suddenly sounded, which made the servant tremble. They were frightened directly. Jiang Xiao also fell heavily on the ground, and the heavy rain washed her body. One of the servants took out a fruit knife from the car. His hand was shaking all the time. Not everyone could bear to kill. The servant hesitated and handed the fruit knife to the other. Why don't /t you come and give her some knives, said the servant. Another servant was also scared to death and didn't /t dare to take the knife. I can /t my daughter. Law has just given birth to a child. I have to accumulate virtue for them and kill people. I can /t do it. You /d better come. The 2 pushed around, and no one could do it. Boom. Pop boom, the thunder became louder and louder, and the lightning crackled. The fruit knife in the servant /s hand fell to the ground with a bang. Both faces were scared white. The gloomy field was really frightening. Why don't /t you just leave it here? Look, there /s no one in this place. She has just given birth to a child, she /s weak, and she /s still bleeding. She can /t climb, and she probably won /t live, said the servant. What shall we say when we go back? Say it has been cleaned. I think. Boom. Boom. The thunder roared as if they were going to eat the 2 guilty servants. They were so frightened that they hurried into the car and ran away in the car. I don't /t know how long it took that I and the pouring rain. Jiang Xiao began to move 1 or 2 fingers. Her brain gradually recovered a little consciousness. She slowly recalled what had happened in the washing of the heavy rain. Children. Jiang Yufei, Jiang Xiao /s hand grasps between his abdomen. The originally abrupt big belly has become very flat, and the pain of his body is still there. What the hell is this? It was dark everywhere. Even the blowing wind showed a gloomy feeling. Jiang Xiao shouted a few voices. There were only birds flying in the forest. It was a desolate place. Jiang Xiao sneers. It seems that Jiang Yufei doesn't /t want her to go back and wants to leave her in such a place to live and die. Since God let her live, he let her live well. Jiang Xiao has not understood until now that everything is Jiang Yufei /s conspiracy. She can /t have children herself, so she wants to find a substitute. In order to keep grandma's /s position, she is also well-intentioned. Wait. One day, Jiang Xiaoro will go back and expose her true face. Let /s see. She can still sit safely in the position of young grandma Jiang Xiaoro endured the pain in her abdomen and climbed forward bit by bit. Every time she climbed, it seemed that her whole body would be torn apart. All the places she passed were 2 lines of crimson blood, which was gradually diluted by the rain. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.